Hello everyone. I think we can all agree that bullying is wrong. Certain things, like feeling the pressure to not look untidy or not smell, are okay. But if that person is being picked on because they smell or look untidy, that's mean. You don't know what's going on with them. There's no reason to make fun. One thing that people make fun of men for is hair loss. When men lose their hair, they say that women have it worse. How do you know? Are you a man? If you are a man, then you should understand what it was like for you when told to be more manly. However, of course it's not going to be the same. We are two different genders. It's not going to be worse for women because we don't tend to go through hair loss alone. But every single man at some point in his life is going to wonder if he's going to lose his hair. It could just be a little bit in the centre, or it could be starting from the hairline. We may have the same amount of stress, but express it differently. Remember, men have been taught to suck it up and deal with it. People argue that it's part of a woman's identity. You really think it isn't for men? When we women can pretty much get any man that we want? And so we're going to try and pick the ones that don't have baldness? Let's think about this for a second. You are a man. You get up in the morning and you go and you pull the covers up to get out of bed, and you notice more hair on the pillow than was there the day before. You ignore it. You then go to the shower and have your hair washed. You see more hair going down the drain than you saw last time. You also ignore that. And then you go to brush your hair. You look in the mirror and you can't ignore it. There is a patch of skin where you could have sworn there was hair before. Quickly, you try to cover it over with a comb, secretly hoping it's just that you slept wrong. But now it has started, the losing of your hair. What makes you, you? I would say that is traumatizing. I had to have my hair shaved for an operation, and I felt like I was losing a part of me. Luckily, my hair grew back, but to know that every single man at some point or another will experience some concern about this, and considering that the majority are being singled out and told that they're not dating material. What? And it is different for men because no man is allowed to bully a woman and get away with it. We already know about the Chris Rock situation, but going back to the matter in hand, we've now seen that it's okay to defend women in that situation. But let's think of some things that men go through. For instance, it's apparently okay to slap a bald man on his head. No personal space or anything. And I mean, some people ask if they can slap it, but the answer is either going to be a very shamefaced no, or a very angry no. Or they might just be made fun of because of it. And remember, when this happens to women, their big, tall, 6'2" husbands come and slap them in the face. If women have this issue, then there are wigs, extensions, and a whole lot of other things that you can do to hide the fact. And if you are wearing extensions, it's so accepted that no one would question why or make fun of you for it. But when men lose their hair, they're told to suck it up. Here's a picture of some of the comments that people have told me has been said to them and how it made them feel. And it's comments like this that make you understand why they turn to soil. I was bullied at school because I was different. And because someone stood up for me, I was able to carry on. So when they get to that point, that is when you need to support them. If you see them being picked on for something they can't control, or just in general, if that's your friend or family member, men are bigger and stronger than women. If they fight each other, they get into trouble. If they fight women, even in defense, they will get into trouble. So we have to do our part to stand up for them. This means that you say what you have to say and show that that is not how we behave toward people. As I said earlier, having hair as a man has now become part of their identity because a lot of women will not date a man who is losing his hair. So now he has to use it to be considered handsome. If we lose our hair, we get support. But when it happens to men, because they now have to use it as a way to attract women, there's another reason why it's part of their identity. And even if it wasn't part of their identity, even though you might argue that men are not as weak as women, or men don't have as many emotions, answer me this question. If that's your argument, why do they turn to soil faster than we do? Because if they could just hold their emotions, then it would be equal, right? But it's not. If someone has an answer to that question, brilliant. But until then, I stick to this statement. And what if they have other insecurities? They may not be just bald. They may also be short. Or their friend might be taller than them. They're not going to tell you that because they're trying to keep their emotions in check. Just like a lamppost does not give out signals until it's dying and flickering out, you have to check. Check the wires, check the box, open it up, unscrew it, and examine for yourself. Bring your screwdriver, check the light bulb. Bring light bulbs. Make sure their filaments are in shape first. Then once you've checked that it's not the lamppost itself, and you've given it a new light bulb, and you've checked it for any rust, you know you've done your best. That's our job this month, especially as women. We have the luxury of being able to say whatever we want and be considered strong. So you say what you need to say in defense of your friends and your family members, and you defend. Because people listen to women a lot, so we should use this ability to stand up and say, this is what I have to say. This is how I feel about this. I don't like this. I don't appreciate this. Because when bald men show that they don't like having their head slapped, people say they're being silly. But if we had hair loss and someone slapped our head, we could scream for the police. They would come. That person could be arrested. And it doesn't matter because women in distress, right? We don't know how long we are going to have this ability. The tables could turn again. So while we can say something, do it. Because I don't know about anyone else, but when you had someone who never spoke up for themselves or was never believed, and someone stood up for that person was considered brave. The person who they were defending felt they had someone in their corner, and that might even have helped with their confidence. It's the same situation. It doesn't make anyone weak. Ask for help, men. If you're listening, it's not weak to ask for help. In fact, in this day and age, it makes you very strong. Make sure that the person that you confide in is a strong, confident person. They can help you and be there for you. Keep in mind, men are expected to be strong. But how can they be strong if no one gets the oil for the rust? How can they be strong when they tell you how they're feeling and people laugh at them? They tell them to suck it up. They're told to man up. Even in this situation of being bald, just because it's more common in men, why should they not have the support from watching their hair go down the drain, or wake up with it on the pillow where they know that there wasn't some before? I found it traumatizing to have my hair shaved for an operation, and I had my entire family support me and tell me that it would be okay and that it would grow back. As a woman, I had the confidence to know that my hair could grow back because it was only shaved. Not every man knows this or has this luxury, so when they're showing distress at losing their hair, or feeling like they can't go on, or feeling insecure, help them find that hat or that toupee, or help them embrace their baldness. It is considered strong when a woman has had cancer and she rips off her wig, showing that she has no hair. And everybody claps. We can do better as a gender, as a society. There is no need to slap someone's head. There is no need to make fun of someone because they're losing their hair. Support them. We are light bulbs. All we can do is make them shine brighter. Remember this. We need to stop picking on the things that they cannot control. We don't suffer hair loss in the same way. If we lose all of our hair, we get supported. No one wants to slap her head because that's abuse. But it's okay to call a bald man names. It's okay to slap them on their head. Try and imagine the trauma of what they have to go through. Alone. By themselves. Without asking for any help. Because if they ask for help, they are considered weak. And also, what annoys me is if a woman wants to defend herself and asks not to be touched, everyone is here for her. But if a man does it, he's considered a baby and he should just deal with it. And if you have a friend and they're really worried about their hair loss, do what you would do if they were a woman. Help them find a hat that complements their head. If they want to wear a wig or a toupee, help them find one that complements them. Also, put in the comments, if you're a man, if anyone has made you feel confident since I last did a video, and if you're a woman, I want to know whom you gave a compliment to and how they felt. If you completed my challenge, please put it in the comments. However, keep in mind that you don't have to go over the top. Men are so starved of compliments that one thing that a girl said to him when he was at school sticks with him forever. As I said before, if you tell a man that a certain suit looks nice, he will always wear it. Same with the haircut or his facial routine, because they don't get enough. Let's get the oil out, ladies, and de-rust. The only people who are allowed to get away with asking stupid questions that are insensitive are children, because they are kids. But even then, by the age of 6, once you start learning to read and write and understand other people's emotions through books and writing, then you no longer have that excuse. But anyway, if you're still here...
Hello, excuse me, I have a message for everyone.
Can it not wait till the end?
No, I don't think it can.
Oh, alright then, hurry up.
Hello everyone, Bonjo here, just to tell you that I also suffer with hair loss. Now mine only comes occasionally and eventually grows back, so there's hope for you too. You do not have to suffer in silence, and it's very embarrassing for me. As you can see on screen, I get a bald patch on occasion on my head, where everyone can see it. I am a cat. I am a regal being, but yet I am suffering with this affliction of baldness. Even my sister used to try and cover it up for me. It does get better, and despite the humiliation of having my scalp exposed, my mum always tells me that I am handsome, even with my bald patch. So I'm telling you to keep strong, and if I can do it as a regal cat, then you can too. Yours might even grow back like mine. I completely feel you and understand where you're coming from, and you still look regal even in your situation. And before anyone says anything, yes, that is my head with my mum having smoothed down the hair. I wish I didn't have it too, but as I do get it, I thought I would tell the humans that also have it, that my mum is here and I am here, to tell you that it gets better. Keep strong, men, then you can catch as many mice as you want. Back to Mum.
Well, on that note, I don't think I've got anything else to say. So, if you're still here, remember this. You're handsome, and you're beautiful, and you... Well, I'm speechless. I'll let you know next time I see you. Over to the pets. Hello all. This is Sylvie. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more.
Hey everyone, my name's Bonjo. If you enjoyed yourself, then give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends.
Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and if you had fun, then comment down below and let my mum know who is the light bulb in your life.